Moving right along with our sugar skull, let's look at how to create a nose, a cool looking sugar skull nose. We're going to take our ellipse tool. I'm going to click down here, somewhere kind of below the eyes like that. And I'm going to make my ellipse 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches and click OK. I want the default fill and stroke, which is black and white. I can either click there or D on my keyboard. And I want the nose to be black and no fill. I'm going to move this, or black fill, no stroke, sorry. I'm going to move this up like that, kind of get it moving in the right direction. Okay, so we have our circle. Now, we want to take our direct selection tool, which is A on the keyboard. A lot of people call it the white arrow. And holding shift, I'm going to click on that point, top point. You'll notice it is filled with a color. The other ones don't have a color. Now holding shift, once I start to drag, I could hold shift and pull that up a little bit. Something like that. Then I'm going to take my pen tool and I want to convert this. I want these handles to disappear so it's not rounded. I wanted a sharp point. So I'm going to hold Option. As I click on that point, it's going to delete the Bezier curve handles, make it a sharp point. Go back to my white arrow, which is A on the keyboard. I'm going to double click on that bottom point so it's selected. Then I'm going to move that up somewhere into the center like that. Starting to get this outline of this nose. Come back to our black arrow, have it selected. Now, using the technique we used on the eyes, we're going to do some offset path magic. Object, path, offset path. Let's do 6 pixels. Hit preview, looks good. Click OK. We want this new shape to have a fill of white. We're going to come up to Object, Path, Offset Path. Click OK. We're going to make this new one black fill, so we're alternating black, white, black. Come back up to Object, Path, Offset Path. Now we're going to make these dotted, a stroke, so we can do the dotted stroke like that. We want to be a little bit bigger, so we are going to go 9 pixels and click OK. We want to flip-flop the stroke and the fill. I'm going to do X. Oh, that's Photoshop, never mind. So there we go. Let's click X. I think it might be Shift X. That's what it is. Shift X. Shift X to swap the fill and the stroke, or click on stroke to make sure it's black. Eyedropper tool, and let's click. And now we have a nose. I'm going to highlight up through the middle like that, making sure I don't select either eye. Command G to group. Command G to group. Hold shift. Click on our skull. Make sure we're aligned to the selection. Center. Or actually aligned to key object being the skull. Align that to the center. Then I can click off anywhere. My nose might be a little bit high. It's up to you. You can move it down. I like where it's at so far. So now we got eyes, a nose. If you wanted to click on it, you could move it down a little bit. We also want to make sure we click dash line like this. Take our white arrow. We're on our dash line. We want to make sure that, I think we're okay. I was going to align it. There we go. Dash line. Let's ungroup that. Object, ungroup. So I can select just that dash line if I get lucky. I'm not. So I'm going to open up this. I'm going to look for that dash line right there. Right? Kind of see that little outline. I want to make sure that that is selected. A line dash, 2 corners. Just going to make it more even. There we go. Extra step in there just to throw you off at the end. But now we got the nose looking purty. Command S to save, and then we'll make the mouth in the next tutorial.